What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk about a story that I seen that I couldn't believe, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's involving this woman up here. This woman whose face looks like an 8th grader's notebook cover. Her name is Jessica Yaquo, 32 years old, from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Shout out. And this woman's currently in jail, booked on second-degree murder. Of who? Her boyfriend, who she was staying with in her car. That is until his body was found in the back seat of the car, where she was nowhere around, and she had some explaining to do. Now, I'm going to let you guys see this, and trust me, it's mind-blowing. It's just as mind-blowing as all that shit on her face. Take a look.
Shocking details have emerged in a murder investigation. We've been following this since Monday, when a man was found dead in the back seat of a car.
We're now finding out what the suspect admitted to investigators. News 4's Caitlin Ogle picks it up from here.
I would say it's a little surprising because, like I said, it doesn't happen over here.
Crime tape strung up near Northeast 16th and Kelly Monday evening. A man found dead in the backseat of a car.
It's really kind of a shocker.
New court documents show hours earlier, the suspect, Jessica Yaquo, got into a fight with the father of her child at this Denny's along I-35. Yaquo told police she got into a car, then the victim jumped on the hood.
It appears they were living in and out of this vehicle.
Officers say the man fell off the hood and she ran over him. The 32-year-old told police she tried to free him by backing up, running him over a second time. Yaquo says he eventually got back into the car but complained his ribs were hurting. She tried to doctor up his road rash before driving to a friend's house and picking up another friend to run errands all day. The victim remaining in the back seat the entire time. Yaquo told officers she could hear the victim moaning during the day, but the friend told police they didn't hear moaning and they thought the victim was asleep. Officers also say Yaquo told her friend she had run someone over that day, but waited nearly an hour to tell them who she had run over. Police were eventually called here, where he was pronounced deceased.
The suspect was there at the scene.
Yaquo was taken to jail on second-degree murder complaints.
It was different because this is a quiet neighborhood.
In Oklahoma City, Caitlin Ogle, Oklahoma's News 4.
It is unclear how long it took the victim to die. Police tell us Yaquo didn't take the man to the hospital because he didn't want to go, and she didn't call 911 because she didn't want to get into trouble. The man's name will be released once his family has been notified.
Gentlemen, I told you before a long time ago, and no disrespect to anybody that got face tattoos. I'm sure people get them for reasons that they do, but some of us can't understand it. But I told you before, when you see a lot of times, you see criminals with all of that shit on their face, it's a result of a lot of bad decisions and a lot of where their minds don't grow as their age increases. I think this is one said situation. A lot of times women pick the wrong men to follow and their lives spiral out of control. She had a boyfriend, both of them living in the car, so they were displaced, homeless. Sometimes two heads ain't better than one. They got into a domestic disagreement at a Denny's. She says she told police she got in the car following the argument. Victim jumped on the hood. What she do? Take off, stop, the man fall off the hood. She run the man over, he gets stuck under the car. He can't get out, so she back up off the guy and then roll over him again to get him unstuck from under the car. So he got ran over twice. Picks him up, puts him in his car. I'm looking at the article. Said he got in the back seat. She cleaned up the road rash on his arms. It says Yaquo said she eventually got back in the car with road rash-like injuries to his arms. The victim was reportedly holding his leg and stomach, complaining that his ribs was hurting. She told police she tried to doctor his road rash at a car wash before driving to a friend's house to run errands. So they ran errands all day with this guy internally bleeding in the back seat. She said he moaned a couple times. The neighbor said he didn't moan at all. She thought he was asleep. The man was dead already. How you run over a dude? You see how low that car was to the ground? What was he, the size of licorice? You didn't feel that bottom of that car scraping over that man? You see he was all chewed up? You know he had to go to the hospital. Then she said the guy said he didn't want to go to the hospital. Said they was in the car driving. Then later on she admitted she hit somebody, but they ain't say it was him. Yeah, girl, you know I ran over somebody, right? What? Yeah, earlier today. What happened? I don't know. You run over a person with a car, it will lift the car up. You know you hitting something, and you know he tore up. How many of y'all done seen somebody get critically injured or seen something happen just in any type of thing where it's a freak accident or just an accident? You're like, yo, he gotta go to the hospital. She didn't even think none of that. Then she said, oh, well, I didn't want to get in trouble. Keep telling you, man. There are people out here that are grown-ass children. They can't get out of trouble. They can't get themselves right. They can't do the right thing. They don't even have enough common sense and survival skills for them and those around them. And this is your proof. That's your proof. You ran a man over with your car. That shit like 4,000 pounds. You don't think he need to be checked out? I don't want to go to the hospital. Yeah, well, I don't want a body on my record. Write the county general. Get him out the car. He refuses treatment. Just look at him. Say, I brought him here because if he died in the car, it ain't on me. We was fighting. I ran him over by accident. It is what it is. Look at the whole mess now that's here. Look at the whole mess. 2nd-degree murder. After you admitted, I ran him over, but I was scared. Now look at it. Don't matter. You ran him over twice, trying to get him unstuck from under the car. You can't even make this type of stuff up. Like, this is something out of a movie. Then the rationale and the thinking of a grown-up. She 32 years old. Another thing is this, man. When I was homeless, and I'm going to share this with y'all. When I was homeless, I seen a lot of people that were homeless. You know, you live a certain way when you're on your feet. And you have a certain level of comfortability. And when you're homeless and come from a situation of having a house, a lot of times people get caught up because they still try to stay close to the comforts they have while trying to get back on their feet, and they become complacent. And what happens is a lot of times they start going down and down and down, especially when drugs are involved or alcohol, what have you. I don't know if that was involved with them, but for some reason you got a man that you're following, a leader that's leading you, because you know you with the man leads, and y'all are sleeping in a fucking car. At what point was it you to say, hey, you know what, this ain't working? Or, you know, I don't understand it. It's just maybe I'm ignorant to it, and I'm being honest. Maybe I'm ignorant to it. I don't know. I ain't never been homeless with a woman. But I mean, Jesus Christ, this right here is a mess. You know, your living situations deteriorate sometimes, and you got to get back on your feet, but you never let your mind get to that level. And that's the hardest part with a lot of people that get lost by the waysides when they're displaced. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.